Hey YouTube, this is Edward Underhill, and I'm here with episode 2 of my movie review series, and I do want to apologize in advance for this being a day and a half late. I did say that I was going to have episode 2 up by Thursday in my draft opinion comments video, but I've been busy looking at a lot of the Comic-Con coverage that's been happening over the last day and a half, so that's why this is a day late, so I do apologize for that, but the movie I'm going to be reviewing in this episode will be the 1989 Batman movie. I do want to say for the record that I will not be reviewing only superhero movies in this review series. I will be reviewing a couple other movies from different genres like science fiction, comedy, maybe an action film here or there, but I really did want to review this as part of the series because it is one of my all-time favorite movies. And it is, in my opinion, one of the best Batman films I've made, I would say, so far. But taking a look here at the home video release that I'm reviewing, this is the regular Blu-ray edition that was released back in 2010 as part of the anthology release, but the anthology box set that they did. But this is just the standalone release. I have the other three as well. I got them for fairly cheap. But taking a look here at the cover of this one, it's a pretty basic cover with just the Batman logo on there, and then you got Nicholson, Keaton, and Bassiner's names at the top. Here's the spine, and this is the Blu-ray edition, by the way. It says Batman on the side. It's got the Warner Brothers logo at the bottom. And then you got the back with some of the frames from the movie, the credits, the extras, some quotes from various critics. And then you open it up and you just got, it's a simple disc with just Batman on the front. Then there's probably different variations of this where some of them have artwork and some of them don't, but yeah, that's it for the Blu-ray. But overall, in terms of this movie itself, as I said, this is, to me, one of the best Batman movies ever made, I would say. This and Batman Returns are probably my top two favorites currently, and then I would say the Dark Knight trilogy from Chris Nolan would be after that, but this movie, for a movie that was made back in the late 1980s, it really does hold up. Nearly 30 years later. One of the things that this movie, I think that it did, and one of the reasons why it works as well as it does, is that unlike most superhero movies that you see nowadays, where it's just crazy amounts of action, this movie is very much built around the characters, and it has a great story to it as well. And the action scenes are very, very carefully placed within the film. And also, it's very character-driven as well. I think that's one of the reasons why this movie works. Tim Burton, I thought, did an outstanding job directing it, as well as Batman Returns. But also, the casting in this movie is great. Michael Keaton as Batman and Bruce Wayne, I thought was really good. I know that there was a lot of controversy about his casting back in the 80s when it was his casting was announced. People were very, very up in arms over it because, back then he was well known for doing comedy films, but I thought he did a really good job. He surprised a lot of people when he did the movie, and I thought he really did a good job. He was able to deal with the troubled past of Bruce Wayne and why he does what he does as the Batman, and that is something that a lot of movies, I think, do struggle with, especially the Batman films, is dealing with the alter egos, and you need an actor that can do both, and I thought Keaton did a great job. Or did a great job, I'm sorry. And of course, we all know who steals the show in this film. Jack Nicholson delivers an outstanding performance as the Joker in this. To me, he's the best cinematic Joker, I would say. I loved Heath Ledger's performance in The Dark Knight, but Jack Nicholson to me is still the best one, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Jared Leto does with the character in Suicide Squad. Also, Danny Elfman's score, very good as well. Really, really does highlight the scenes in the movie. And of course, the Prince songs that kind of highlight the Joker's character really do add to it. Again, rest in peace to Prince, who we sadly lost this year. But yeah, this movie to me will stand as probably one of the top Batman movies ever made. One of my all-time favorites. Definitely a movie that I would recommend picking up. Picture quality and sound quality on the Blu-ray is fairly solid. Again, this, of the four movies, to me is probably the weakest one in terms of picture. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. You know, for what you do get out of it. There's a couple of scenes that didn't really translate well that great to the Blu-ray version. I'm sure the later releases of this were better, but in terms of the overall presentation, the color really does pop out. There is a fair amount of grain to this movie, considering that it is fairly old. But you can see a lot of the details within the Batsuit, the details within Gotham are present. The color is fairly good. But yeah, there is one specific scene that did not translate well. And if you've seen the movie, you know what scene I'm referring to, and it involves it's towards the end of the movie. But sound-wise, again, solid sound, gunshots. You know, the music sounds great. Otherwise else, again, dialogue is very clear for it being fairly old. Extras though, the extras on here are great. You get a lot of good stuff on all 4 of them actually. Even the last 2, which as we all know are terrible. But you get the first 3 parts of the Shadows of the Bat documentary. You get let's see, what else do you get on this? A commentary with Tim Burton, which is really good. The Legends of the Dark Knight, which is really good. Character profiles. Music videos for Prince, Heroes and Veros profiles, theatrical trailer, and the Robin scene storyboard, which didn't make it into the film, which they do talk about in the Shadows of the Bat documentary as to why that wasn't in the movie. But yeah, overall, picture is a 4.5, sounds 4.5, extra is 4.75 out of 5. Definitely, in my opinion, worth getting. I do want to get the Diamond Edition release of this at some point, so if I do, I will do a video on that. But that's my review for Batman, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Definitely check out this movie if you haven't, and I will see you guys later.